In today's video, I'm going to show you my monochromatic color schemes. I already went ahead and started the first one. This is a monochromatic color scheme using one color, the purple shade. When you go over to your path or your shape tool, you'll find those shades in the color palette. So for this project, I want you to go to color. And I want you to pick any one of these colors. And you can see for these colors, they already have the different tints. Tones would be in this area, and then the shades are the darker colors. And to get darker, even darker colors than they already have available, you can use this little eyedropper tool to get the desired color that you're looking for. But I want to show you how I created this project. So over here in my layers palette, I started off with my background square color. So this is my background square. As you can see, when I click the eyeball, it goes away and it comes up. So I picked for the square, I picked the lightest color on my color palette. Since I picked this purple color, I chose the lightest color and then I worked forward. And then I did the same. The circle is actually lighter color than the background square. This is a detail that I added in to make it look like it was a desert scene with all the different lumps and bumps. And to create my lumps and bumps, I use the Pathfinder tool, and I'm going to show you how to use that when I do my next monochromatic color scheme. But I did this is my second layer, and this is my third layer, and like I said, I'm going through the different colors here and making each one a different color of that same base color. So that and these ones right here in the middle, these are your tones. The lightest colors are your tints. These are tones. And then once you get to the darker ends, these are your shade colors. As you can see, that the darker it gets, the more black the color has in it. So that's what a monochromatic color scheme is. So I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to go over here and hit new. And then I'm going to keep it at 1224 by 768, and I'm going to hit the blank one and create. And now I have a completely brand new canvas. I'm going to zone out a little bit. So for this one, I think I'm going to use blue for this background. So I'm going to go over here to my shape tool first, and I'm going to select square, and then my fill color as the lightest blue shade that they have. And I'm going to click and hit shift to get my square, and then I'm going to take my bounding box and I'm going to stretch it out so it covers my whole canvas area. And this is going to be my first layer. Now I'm going to click up here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to click. I'm going to start off with the path tool. It's right below the line tool. So this is the path tool. This is the tool that you can use to create nice little curved lines for your pieces. Okay, since I already chose the lightest color for my background, I'm going to go to the next color for this and click that off. I'm going to start off. Didn't want that. Go here. Want this color, this tool. Okay, I'm ready. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go click my sides first. And I'm going to make sure that my sides are covered. And go up. And now I can choose to do whatever I want with the background. I think what I want to do for this is I'm going to create more mountainy shapes than I did in my previous one. So I'm going to do more bumpy shapes like mountains for this one. I'm going to create a mountain range using the Pathfinder. So this is the Pathfinder tool. So as you can see, I already created kind of like my lumps for my mountains. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select the next color down. And I'm going to start building the layers of my piece. Didn't want that. Oop. I didn't want that. Up here. Didn't want that. So I don't want that. I'm going to hit delete. Go back over to my Pathfinder tool and I'm going to start again. I think this time I'm going to start up and I'm going to do a mountain here and a mountain down here. Kind of do every other one. Make this one like a jaggedy mountain. You guys can do you guys don't have to do what I'm doing. This is just what I started with. And let's see. So I got my light color, my second lightest color, and then my other color right here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to pick my next color. And I think I'm going to stick with the Pathfinder. You can use you can use the line tool too for this if it makes your life easier. I discovered that if you use the line tool and hold down, let's see what this looks like. So I'm creating, this is starting to look more like water waves than mountains, but that's okay. I wanted to create something different. That's kind of like a cliff. Too, with these Pathfinder tool, click and drag until you get the right like curve that you're looking for. Like so. So it's you're starting to see the different layers. So I have my lightest color, my second lightest color, and it keeps on moving outwards. Let's see the next color. And so this is what I'm looking for in your next project for monochromatic is I want to see your layers. I want to see the colors and the tones of the color that you chose to work with. And I want to see how your designs turn out. Let's see. I don't know if I want that one. That looks kind of, that doesn't look too. And if you don't like how something is, you can always go over here into your layers palette, select it, and then hit delete down in your keyboard, and it'll automatically delete that layer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick within these areas that I have. So here, I'm gonna stick within the layers, kind of like how my first one started off. And I'm just gonna keep on adding with that. You guys can do anything you want with these projects as long as I'm seeing at least 7 different layers of that color. I just want you guys to develop, get familiar with the idea of what a monochromatic color scheme is. Oh, I started off in a weird spot. Let's see where this takes me. So there's so many different things that you can do with this project. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. It's just easier for me to explain it this way. So it's kind of getting like this choppy. You got a mountain in the background theme, and you could change it too. So like say I didn't want the first layer. I don't like how that turned out. I can make this go invisible. Oop, didn't want that. This program can be a little tricky. Didn't want that, so go up here and delete it. They like to play with you. Okay, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to select my second lightest blue. And this is what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to make a new shape in the background, because I didn't like, once I started creating my other layers, I didn't really like that one as much as I did before. So now I'm just going to adjust it a little bit and follow what I've already created. So if you wanted to do that, you can always go back in and edit your layers too if you don't want it to look that way. So now that I created this over the top, it needs to be in the second position. Needs to be in this position here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click that new shape that I just created. I'm going to drag it down and set it right there. So this is the new image that I created over the top. This is the old one. You can add to it, you can leave it or whatever, but I think that's this one, so I can either keep that or delete that. And I think I'm gonna delete it because it's not, I like the way this like curviness is happening here. So now I'm going to go over, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. I need 7 layers, so I need to go back over here and get 2 more layers. See, it was down here, so it should be this layer here. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to curve, make my curve. Nope. Maybe this is the wrong color. I guess that's, I gotta get the color darker than that. So that's the wrong color. I need a darker color than that, so I'm going to hit this one below here. It's starting to look like ocean waves. And that's okay. So this is my 6th color that I'm adding to this. Let's see. Let's put it right here. I want to bring it up. Too, you can play with these when you lay them down. I'm gonna want it to follow it, or do I want it to curve? Let's see what that looks like. Up. See, it's kind of getting that curved. You don't have to make it like this. This is just what I'm coming up with. Okay, now we've hit the end of our color area, and that's okay. To get a darker color, you can go down here into this area, and this is your color, the different tones of that color that you chose. And to get an even darker color, you can just go and select a darker blue down here in the same range. So this is going to be our 7th layer. Share on that. And I am going to make my curve. Oop. Might want to adjust a little bit once it gets off the screen. Ooh, this one's all over the place. Too, sometimes these curves get a little out of hand. That's okay. In other programs, their vector tools are a little bit more user-friendly than this, I found. But seeing as this program's available for you guys for free, this is what we're using. But if you guys are interested in learning other programs that are like this, but maybe a little bit more user-friendly, I can give you some information on those. I personally use a program called Adobe Illustrator for a lot of my work when I use computer programs. But as you can see, this is my second monochromatic color scheme that I created, and it's a more of an abstract wave than a landscape picture. Kind of looks like a water waves now. But you can see I have my different layers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different layers of my color. And as you can see, each color adds a little bit more to it. It gives it a little bit more depth. So it looks like the background's far away and the dark